Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome and thank you so much for stopping by. If you enjoy this video, please be sure and give me a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more of my content. Today we are going to be talking about all of the different things that you need to consider when choosing childcare for your kiddo. Before I get too much into detail about all of the other things you need to consider, first things first, generally you are going to have two different types of childcare. You are going to have your in-home childcare and your facility childcare. I will be referring to both of these throughout this video, so I just wanted to differentiate that. Neither one is better than the other. They are just two separate options. Okay, so the first thing you want to consider is the cost. How much are you going to be spending every month on childcare? And guys, it's not going to be cheap. So if you have family that can do it, that's probably a good option. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be expensive regardless of if you have an in-home childcare or a facility childcare. Set aside a budget, do some calculating, figure out what you can spend, and then only look at options in that budget. If you only can spend $800 a month, don't look at options that are $1,500 a month because you can't afford that. So only look at options that you can afford. Most places are very upfront with their cost. Kind of right along with the cost is, when are you going to have to pay every month? Everybody is different on what they need out of this. Some childcare facilities are going to be much more flexible, whereas others are much more rigid. Our current childcare, they expect that we are going to pay once a month. It is automatically withdrawn from our account for the upcoming month. So pretty much with anything, you're going to have to pay prior to when the care is actually given to your child. With our previous daycare, they didn't care when we paid as long as we paid before the care was given. So we could pay every week, we could pay every other week, we could pay once a month. They did not care as long as they got their payment before they provided the care, which is going to be pretty common. Your in-home childcare is going to be much more flexible on cost. Like, they're probably going to be able to work with you at least to some extent on the cost of their services versus your facility daycare, which is going to be much more rigid on that. So cost and payment, first thing you need to consider. The next thing you need to consider is the hours of operation. When are they open? When can they provide care to your child? Most facilities are going to be open at 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, with some exceptions in there. And your in-home daycares are going to have much more flexibility than that. I would say most of them have that kind of standard hour, 6 to 6, but they're going to be much more flexible if you need nights, if you need weekends, if you are running late one day in particular. They're going to be much more flexible with that. So do keep that in mind when you are choosing a childcare. The next thing you need to consider is the convenience and accessibility. With our previous daycare, we were driving an extra 30 minutes every single day to either pick Grayson up or drop him off, and that was 30 minutes onto my day and 30 minutes onto Josh's day. So as a whole, we were spending an hour between the two of us extra every day just to get him to and from childcare, which ultimately was one of the reasons why we decided to switch. Our new childcare is about 5 minutes away from my work, which just makes everything so much easier. So you're gonna wanna find a place, in my opinion, that is going to be relatively close to either where you live or where you work. This is a place that you're gonna take your child for years to come, so you're gonna want it to be conveniently located for you. Okay, now we're getting into some of the real important stuff. What qualifications do these people or this person have to watch your child? Do they have any sort of formal education, any sort of formal training, any certifications? Most facilities require that their teachers have a first aid and CPR certification, and most of them do provide sleep training certifications as well. The good in-home daycares will do that as well, but it is something that you need to be on the lookout for, because you want this person to have the ability to recognize if there is something going on with your child. So, what kind of credentials do they have to watch kids? Or are they just staying at home because they know that they can, watch a whole bunch of kids and just plop them down in front of a TV and just chill all day? If that's the case, I don't want you watching my kid. And that is not to speak ill of in-home daycares, because there are some fantastic in-home daycares, but there are an equal amount of ones who are just doing it for extra money, not because they want to take good care of the kids. So please, that's why I'm making this video. You need to watch out for these things. The next thing you're going to want to look out for is the teacher to student ratio. So how many teachers are there per every kid? So generally you're going to want a 1 to 4-ish ratio or less than that, because they're going to get more one-on-one time with their teacher. Any more than that, it's really hard to focus on each kid. So just take into account how many teachers are there versus how many kids are there. The next thing you're going to want to consider is what kind of structure do they provide? Are you going to get an email or a text message or a list every single day of their routine, when they feed the kids, when the kids nap, what kind of activities they are doing throughout the day? For us, it was important that we had structure around his nap schedule. He naps at 9 a.m. every day and at noon every day. And as needed. So most facilities will have some sort of nap structure, but you also want to look out for, like, what else are they doing throughout the day? Our current daycare emails us every single morning with their food menu for the day, but also different activities that they are going to be doing throughout the day and how those activities are going to help them develop in one way, shape, or form, whether it's communication or kind of being able to move their body in different ways. There's a lot of different things that goes into that, but we get one of those emails every single morning, which is really nice. The next thing you're going to want to look at is the education. Like I kind of alluded to before, some daycares are merely just trying to keep these kids alive. They're feeding them, they're changing them, and they put them down for a nap, and that's it. I personally want somebody who's watching my kid to interact with my child and be teaching them something, whether that's just playing blocks with them, because that's still like an education for a baby that teaches so many different things for them. But I want my kid to get the attention that he needs, and I want him to be learning when he's there. So keep that in mind. Are they going to be teaching your kid anything? There's a lot of different things you want to look for as far as that is concerned, but some sort of structure around education I think is very important. The next thing you're going to want to look for is, do they provide a report card to you every day? Some people might not care about this. This is something that I really like. We get a report card every day about the times he ate, how much he ate, when he took a nap, what he did throughout the day, and then we also get pictures of him while he was playing. Our previous daycare provided diaper changes, food, how much he ate, his mood, so on and so forth. Is that something that's important to you? If so, you're going to want to make sure that that is an option. Kind of right along with the report card, knowing what is going on throughout the day with your child, is cameras. Do they have cameras in their facility? Do you have access to those cameras? Our first daycare did not have cameras. Our second daycare that we currently go to does have cameras, but I don't have access to the cameras, which can be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on which way you look at it. Those cameras are monitored by their home office to make sure that all of their teachers are doing everything that they should be. If the camera thing is a big issue for you, make sure that you put it on your list. Okay, guys, those are the main things that you are going to want to look for when choosing a daycare or childcare for your kiddo. Just remember that you ultimately know what's best for your child. If you choose a daycare and it doesn't work out, don't you dare feel bad or guilty about switching. You do what's best for your kiddo. Like I said before, there are pros and cons to in-home daycare and facility daycare. Do what's best for you. Just keep in mind that no person is going to take care of that baby like you do. They're not mom, they're not dad. They're gonna do the best they can, so just give them grace when it comes to that. Also, if you are currently expecting and you're watching this video for tips, well, I'm glad that you're watching this and thank you for being here. You're taking the first step into this. Start touring places now, start doing interviews with places, and if you find a place or 3 places that you like, get on a wait list, please, because wait lists can be years long. And if you find a place that you really like and you need immediate care, but the wait list is a year long, you're not going to get that place unless something just magically works out, which, I mean, sometimes it does. Anyway, get on a wait list, okay? All right, guys, that is what I have to talk about today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.